Hey, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? First of all, you need to wear the mask when you're out within 6 feet of other folks. And you need to wear the mask because you care about other folks. We just have a heart for what's good for everybody. And so I want to invite you to join me Monday night on AAW Shout 94.7 FM. That's in the Aiken Augusta market. We'll be streaming live. And I'm going to talk to you about everything that everybody else trying to talk about. But we could talk about it just like regular people, just everyday people. I hear a lot of people talk about diversity, inclusion, equity, diversity, discrimination, racism, systemic racism. We're going to have that discussion from folks who have lived it. You also have folks talking about poverty. I don't want to hear any more conversations about poverty from folks who do not live in poverty. Now, when you live in something, you have a different perspective. And so I've been around a pretty good amount of time. And you can't solve a problem looking down at it or looking over yonder at it. If you're not in it, you don't have the enough in touch perspective to know about the possible solutions, or better yet, you don't know the negative impact that being poor, or poverty as they say, what type of impact that it has upon you. Also, you don't know how motivating it is to be hungry and without food. You don't know how motivating it is not to have air conditioning in the summertime and not to have heat in the winter and for the lights to go out. Those things are motivating. Now, they are hindrance in the short term, but you can't see very well and you're uncomfortable and you're starving. But trust me, those conditions of poverty are very encouraging and very motivating. And a lot of folks that's going to be calling in Monday night on the radio station, those who are talking about poverty, there's a secret. They grew up in poverty, but they don't want to tell anybody how they got out of poverty. Now, poverty is not forever. You can get out of it, you can stay in it, and some people lack it when they stay there a while. And then some people, decide to live otherwise. And some people go out of poverty, back into poverty. It's a cycle, and it has to do with decision making. But don't get me wrong, there's some serious barriers with this discrimination, with this racism, and this systemic racism. So sometimes for those of us who are living in poverty, it'll be a knee on our neck. We don't know where it's coming from. Folks tell us to work twice as hard, still cannot get opportunity. Folks tell us to come to work early and stay late, and you'll get promoted, and you don't get promoted. Folks who are just like you, just by the way you look, how you were born. Folks hate you because of your history, and also, I think, because of what you've overcome, and that you represent greatness that a lot of people can't duplicate, A lot of people can't say they come up out of slavery and systemic racism in the most powerful country on earth and was able to carve out a better way of life. So, those are accomplishments. So I don't subscribe to the theory of poverty and racism can keep everybody down. It keeps most people down. That's why we need to protest. That's why we need to organize. And that's why we need to fill up the chambers at city council meeting and county council meeting and the school board meetings. There's a lot that's going on that we need to fight for. But let's don't get it confused. We need to speak for ourselves. So go places, write your name down, put your X, let folks know that we can speak for ourselves. You can't tell me how it feels to be hungry if you've never been hungry. And so I'm your host, Kenneth Myers Sr., living up to tell you the truth, speaking up to give you the facts. Join me every Monday night on WAAW Shout 94.7 FM, streaming live online, and every Saturday morning on WASC 1530 AM with the greatest radio man upstate, Mr. Ed Waddell. And so we just like to talk about it from the perspective of common people, regular people, just everyday people. Everybody ain't got on a suit and tie. Everybody ain't got a bunch of degrees. Everybody don't have a whole lot of jewelry. But we all have love in our heart, and we have dreams and aspirations to do better and for our children to have a better opportunity than we have. So I'm your host, Kenneth Myers Sr., loving up to tell you the truth, speaking up to give you the fact. And you know my motto, I believe that God has given us all the power and all the knowledge to achieve what we're, working for and we're praying for. And it matters not the opposition or the situation. We will prevail. We will experience victory because God is on our side. But we must participate in our blessing. You can pray until you faint. God is not going to drop anything in your lap. You got to put your faith into gear. Glory be to God. Pray for me, and I'll pray for you.